Hey, papi. You need that weed? I see you over there. Yo, I swear to God, like, ran across the street. Like
you had the weed?
Huh? Nah, like he needed.
No, like, he saw me and just knew that I needed weed.
Oh, yeah.
And then my dad bought some weed off. Buddha.
So I'm saying this is like our official, like, season 2 debut.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? We bringing it back. We fucking centering it back to the original 3 for this season 2 debut. By the way, fucking Stoop to Store, Legacy to Legal. You know how we do Stage 1 podcast representing.
Love it.
We had a pretty eventful season 1.
Yes.
We did like 20 episodes. Pretty good job, I'd say.
Well, at least
legendary moments. We did our numbers on different social platforms. We, no expectations, but it felt real good.
There's some millions on TikTok.
Yeah, we got some millions. We got some fun. I'd say collectively, like,
immediately
6, 7 M's. You know what I mean? Across all platforms and videos, which is like for our first season.
It's fucking dope.
It's fucking dope.
It is. It really is. We had some nice guests.
Well,
Yeah, we made front page. I made the newspaper for weed, and it wasn't for getting arrested. Shout out to me.
Shout out. Made the front page of the Sunday.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to Dills. It was a front page of the Sunday page, bro.
I know.
Yeah, it was.
Me too.
So
that's what I'm saying.
There's got to be a way to get more papers, right?
What the article was about the. You opening up these dispensaries and then doing creative things to get the word out, and not like just sitting on our hands and being whatever, but doing things that are compliant and within our rights to do, but doing them and like the podcast was spoken about that, like it was cool enough that the fucking at least our local paper decided that they wanted to talk about
bro,
it.
I grew up going to the Times Union Center, bro. The fucking arena was named after that. Like, that was a big deal to me. It was like,
it's pretty fucking dope.
Damn, that's crazy. Shout out the front page though, because your boy actually on the front page.
On the actual front page.
On the front page.
The Sunday Times Union. It was cool.
And from what I remember, that was the Sunday paper is the one like people actually gave a fuck about.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't had shit to do that day. Like,
nah, but you didn't get like a subscription where you just get the Sunday paper. Like, you don't get all the other ones, but you can just get the Sunday. That's the one. So yeah, shout out to us in Stage 1 for that shit. Figuring out ways to stay in the paper too, because
my mom was proud as fuck of that shit too.
That's dope.
She seen me in the paper a lot of times, bro. It was never for anything good. Never for anything good.
And she and we, like that's the trying to stay in the news. Like, you gotta just make the news. Fuck it. So shout out to us for that.
Shout out to Times Union again.
Yeah, shout out to the Times Union for staying on top of the cannabis and staying.
They've been showing us love like crazy though. They did another thing about us too, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, I mean, in depth cannabis culture. When we did, our intention is to be a part of the cannabis culture ethos and create New York cannabis culture. So, do what we do, and then the paper does a story on it. That's like the definition of doing that. So
doing the thing,
as per usual. So the reason we took so much time off, though, and we're back. We're like, this is, I guess, our unofficial season 2, because we took some time off. It's because we did a little bit of traveling. So we're going to talk a little. We touched on this before, because Cam was about to go on a trip, and what's he gonna do when he goes on the trip to find weed or whatever.
Yeah.
And or maybe he just got back. I don't remember. Maybe he just got back.
One of the two.
Yeah. But we just got back from
trips. That's a fact, Jack.
We had totally different experiences too, from what I heard in terms of the weed consumption thing.
Yes.
Now, I'll start. I went to Italy, and Italy is. Europe is weird because it's legal all over Europe and all different European countries. Italy is not one of the places where it's legal. You can do, they do have cannabis, shops, Amsterdam cannabis, but They're in like the bigger cities, and they sell CBD flower. But when we talked about it, we talked last time, and Cam was like, and you said it, I follow my nose. Like I smell, like the whole time I was there, I didn't smell weed.
No Buddha.
Really at all. So that wouldn't have worked for me anyway.
They're civilized.
No, I just think like maybe it's just like you get in fucking trouble over there for some weed. So it's just like that, you know, it's just not that.
I'll light up anywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
play with me.
Before legalization, I won't lie.
You feel me?
What's that?
Would you light up in Dubai?
No, fuck no. I wouldn't go.
Oh, you wouldn't.
Right.
No, I wouldn't go. I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Tokyo more than I want to go to anywhere in the world. And I'll probably never go because of their weed laws, man. Because if I can enjoy my favorite thing in that place with them lights, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, I got to get high if I'm in Tokyo, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like a lot
Because I
of
don't
people
drink
said,
like
dude.
that, you know? I'm like, not, like, you know, it's not, I'm a weed guy, you know? So
A lot of
like,
people said, dude, with the edibles though, you like bring over some fucking edibles that in gummy vitamin containers.
I ain't fucking with nothing international, man.
Yeah, I know. It's like so sketch.
It depends on the country, but still.
Yeah,
anything with customs, you know.
Fucking tree
I
hat,
wouldn't
bro.
have
Call that
followed
shit
it.
He
tree
was
hat.
lucky
Went
enough
to
he
tree
didn't
hat,
have to.
son.
You know?
I was-
Yeah, you need to bring a joint.
a month. I didn't bring a joint. I didn't bring no vapes. I didn't bring any fucking edibles. Nothing.
I brought all that shit.
Just
I could have brought all that shit. Hypothetically, if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I know. I think allegedly people bring shit with them all
on
the
the
time.
plane all the
You,
time.
you do know that New York State airports, if it's under the legal limit, that they aren't even confiscating weed.
Yeah, well, you're also, from what I heard in airports, if you're flying from one legal place to another legal place, they're not fucking.
Yeah, if you're going New York to Denver now, there's no fucking
No,
issue.
you go to New York to Cali, you're good. If you're going Denver, you know, Colorado to Cali, you're good. Maine,
They
to
didn't
fucking-
even
honestly-
check they didn't even check my bag. Like they didn't even open it up. They put it through the machine, but
Yeah.
they didn't unzip a single thing.
And
on it.
allegedly,
The only-
you could have totally brought whatever you wanted. In
Allegedly, I
that case.
could have
Exactly.
totally
Yeah.
brought whatever.
No,
I
no,
wanted.
not at all. Because the only reason they even flag your bag is if you have these one of few prohibited items, which is, I think, liquid over 3 ounces. I think it's 3 ounces. Don't quote me. It's liquid over a certain amount. Large batteries, like say laptop battery, things like that, and sharp metal objects, things like that.
Yeah.
Anything else just comes up as organic matter, and it just goes right through. Like it's like they can't see what's in your bag and stuff like that. Like
right.
it's like if you don't have one of them prohibited items, your bag's not getting flagged. It's going right through the conveyor belt because all they're giving a fuck about is
those
safety.
things,
Like
right.
the TSA's literally told, they're like, you're not looking for drugs. If you find drugs while searching for something else, then okay. But they're like, you know, if you're not the DEA, essentially, they're telling them,
Right.
you know,
They're not.
keep us safe, you know. And not to mention, me and Jay were talking about, they pay them people fucking peanuts
For sure.
So
Yeah.
And it reflects. It totally reflects where I was at because the airport people did not care about their jobs. Both of my flights were
it's kind of scary.
not enjoyable at all. Very uncomfortable.
Where did you fly to?
Delayed to Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
So it was straight
San
New York
Juan.
City, right?
New York City.
JFK? Or
Actually,
LaGuardia?
no. We went out from Jersey.
Newark?
Newark.
Yes,
Yeah,
we were
Newark-
supposed to leave.
I prefer flying out of
it was
Newark.
actually
Yeah,
that
it's
flight
just-
was great, but it was the fact that we were supposed to leave out of JFK. We walked into the
yes,
we walked into the airport all excited with all our bags. Yay! First thing we see, the fucking sign that says San Juan canceled.
Just a shot to the gut.
Bro, as soon as we walk in there, we're just like, what? We see this one lady there bugging out. And we're like, what the hell's going on? And then we heard her say, my father's dying, da-da-da-da. And then we realized she's got the Spanish accent, so it's like she had to be going to the same place. You know what I mean? So they literally just canceled. Just straight canceled everybody's flights. Like it's just,
So then you had to go fly out of Newark.
we had to find we ourselves had to book a new flight.
A new flight.
To Newark. or from Newark.
From Newark.
And then we had to get to Newark.
Yeah.
And then we had to wait a couple hours, but we made it work.
You know why I prefer flying out of Newark in general.
You know
what I'm saying? Because like JFK is a fucking. We flew out of JFK. It was fine, but on the way back, I ordered a van, right? Because we had all the luggages. It was like fucking
and
four of us
coming back with mad shit too.
Right, coming back. We had all the. We needed a van. You can't put shit in a fucking
Uber.
Right. So we had we rented a driver with a van because we had a fucking long ass travel day. This motherfucker shows up in a so I specifically spent hours searching for like Suburban or whatever, and then I found van, and I was like, all right, vans are always bigger than fucking SUVs, and he had like a picture of a van, and I was like, all right, cool. Motherfucker shows up in a RAV4.
Oh no!
Yo,
Not the RAV4.
Yo,
What the fuck you think I'm
man.
RAV4?
That's
a fucking RAV4.
I would never even step foot in a RAV4 because of that Kanye bar. Anyone that was driving a RAV4 with that drop? Oh my God, you were down.
Oh my God.
You were
Super
down.
bad.
I can't imagine.
So this motherfucker
You was
pulls
like,
up.
damn, he hit me with
Such
it.
a fucking loser.
Come on, son.
So ride back from JFK with a duffel bag on my lap, and poor Josiah had a fucking whole carry-on luggage on his lap the whole way back, bro.
Damn.
That shit was terrible. After a 9-hour flight, after a
Fucking
2-hour
RAV4.
delay at our flight in fucking,
Ay.
and then this dude decides, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try to get some sleep on the ride home, cause this shit has been a fuck. You can't. I don't know. I can't sleep on the plane. I can't. I don't know. I couldn't.
I have trouble sleeping
I don't
on
have the
plane,
lie, like maybe if there was a lie flat seat, if I was like first class type shit, I could, but not in no fucking, not in coach. I
Bro,
can't.
this shit that we was on, it had like the cushion
man.
on the seat, so like you sitting straight up and your head is like this.
Yeah. It's like I don't know. 9
Shit is no
hours.
bueno.
I tried to watch movies and shit. I tried.
I
to
just play
sleep a
Mario
couple
Kart
times.
on planes.
They got the best.
That's what I do.
They do have the good movies. So, but I was like, all right, I'm gonna try to get some sleep in this car ride home with this duffel bag on my fucking lap, and then I keep waking up and I'm like, where the fuck are we? Like, fucking on the Sprainbrook Parkway. Like, oh shit! I wake back around the fucking Taconic. I'm like, what the fuck? This dude took the Taconic from JFK, son.
He didn't want to pay that toll.
You don't want to pay the but then even before we get on 90 and you have to pay that little toll, this motherfucker gets off in like Claverack or some shit like this and drives local through.
He was penny pinching that whole
shit. He definitely selected no fucking tolls, and we drove. Yo, my man, with a duffel bag on my lap, dude. This in a RAV4 from fucking oh man, that was like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
that was a wild ass travel
I'm
day.
perplexed right here.
Yeah.
I want to bring it back a little bit to
Yeah.
the RAV4. Did you think of the Kanye bar at all? like you were like, this motherfucking bum in his RAV4. What you think I rap for? To push a
What you think I rap for? Motherfucking rap for?
Man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I was fucking.
You were livid.
I was
at that.
livid. I was mad, but I was tired. And then Sue was not having that shit. She was not happy at all.
I can imagine.
She was like, but then we just decided, what am I gonna wait? Like, am I gonna fucking wait for another vehicle? Like, does this dude even have another vehicle? Is it just like some website that I thought it was like a website that
What'd
had
you
multiple
use?
fucking vehicles? It was real hard because I was looking for a very specific thing. I had to look
Did
for
you try Turo?
Suburban, Suburban or larger, oversized vehicle that could fit. And I specifically put 4 people, fucking
Not bad.
4 large luggages, 4 carry-ons. Like, yo, you know how much you need to fit, dude?
You got duped.
Yeah, I got fucked. So tell me about how you got fucked on your travel, because that's what it sounded like you were getting.
Well, the way down, that was the extent of it for the way down. Because by the time we got to Newark, we rode United, we flew United, and it was great. And then we touched down, we drove in. That's how you know I don't be flying like that. We flew in. We flew in through the hurricane.
Oh.
So we actually were over it. We literally were flying over it.
Could you see that shit?
Yeah. Did you see the eye of the hurricane from above?
I didn't see the eye of the hurricane, but I saw like the clouds, and there was this one part where we were flying through it, and we were in this big giant cloud, and it was just straight white. Like it felt like the plane was flying through purgatory and not even moving. It was the most trippiest shit ever. And
that is crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. But we touched down safe. Thank you, God. We got there good.
I had a connecting flight to Albany. It was in the fucking, like a 10-seater plane, dude. It was the scariest thing ever.
One of them little shits.
It was fucking scary as shit. I'm like, what do you got me in right now?
That's crazy.
It was just like one little row of seats and one little row of seats, bro. Put me in like a fucking cargo plane.
They had you in JJ the jet plane?
It was crazy. It was crazy.
That's nutty.
I think we flew one of those between DR and PR once on a connecting flight. Like on the way back from DR, there was like a connecting flight in PR, and we flew one of those little puddle jumper ass motherfuckers.
Crazy.
I was shook. That shit was nuts.
Crazy.
That was like my first time like flying alone and shit too. Like, I always had like somebody with me. I'm like, I'm gonna die on this little fucking plane right here. Like,
damn son, you're like, this is how it's gonna end.
All right, so tell me about how when you got off the plane after your near hurricane miss, how long did it take to find weed?
It literally, we got to the Airbnb, dropped our bags off, and then we went to Old San Juan, which is like where like the party or the bars and all of that is. And as soon as we got out of the Uber,
I co-signed that right there. I mean,
I ain't mad. I thought I was gonna hate it.
Yeah,
no, I like what it did to the taste of the flower too.
Yeah, it actually like.
Tell the people what y'all smoking on.
Smokes nice. Oh, word.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it since the cameras were on. We smoking the zigzag rose cones. They actually use real
rose petals
on the cones.
As a cone,
and it looks like there's like some sort of regular paper in there too, though.
Like inside?
Actually,
no, it's not. I examined it. I know at the end it looks like it has something, but it's not throughout the whole thing. And I think that's just like.
Oh yeah, no, that's just.
I think it's just this shit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty tasty though.
Pretty
and what's the what weed did we put in there?
We put some of that Rolling Green Grease Monkey. Just dropped. Everybody knows I'm a picky motherfucker.
And the Rolling Green Grease Monkey
I'm co-signing this strain, and it's beautiful. It's a cross between GG4 and Cookies and Cream. It's bred by Exotic Genetics. He's responsible for a lot of good shit.
Yeah.
And Rolling Green knocked this one out the fucking park.
Sweet.
Word. Yeah. But yeah, so I got off the plane.
Yeah.
We got off. We went to the Uber or Airbnb, then we went to Old San Juan. And as soon as we got out, we turned like the first corner, and there was a little smoke shop, and the dude working there was mad cool. He low-key inspired me. Like, yo, when I go back home, I'm gonna be like the best bartender. Like, I'm gonna get back on my. You know what I mean? I started pumping myself up. But he was just good.
He's just a smoke shop.
It's just a smoke shop. One person in it. It was small. It was a little hole in the wall.
And what they sell there, like what they display.
They had, all the obvious like apparel, paraphernalia. They have like
bowls
pieces.
And
they had.
Want to use this, man?
They had a bunch of
up on that?
pre-rolls. They had flour. I got some. God's
so
gifts.
They had the pre-rolls and the flour on display.
They
there?
had it chilling right on the counter.
Just chilling
right on the counter, and he weighed it up.
Is it legal in PR?
It's recreational.
I feel like everyone saw what New York was doing.
It's medicinal. It's medicinal, not recreational. But it just reminded me of New York before we got our recreational. Like, people still smoking, walking around the street. Like, you still smell it in the air. You still see it. There's every time. When I got to the smoke shop, there was somebody walking right out. We did our transaction, and as we were walking out, somebody was walking in. And there was one on, like, every other block. Yeah. There's different smoke shops.
Did you see? Did you find any gas though? Because I remember you telling me, like, yeah, it's pretty good.
So,
like, did you find any fire?
The one that I got that night, I just hadn't smoked it yet, but it was God's gift, and it was God's gift. Yeah, it tasted so good. It was terpy as fuck.
Like the nectar of the gods.
Yeah,
it was. Nah, it was.
That
dope.
Sounds crazy.
It was crazy. And then we smoked the Fruity Pebbles. That was legit, super legit.
That strain name's a huge red flag for me. I can't tell you how many times I just heard Fruity Pebbles thrown on a fucking.
And then you're like, is that like a sprinkle? Is that a sprinkle pack?
Not even in the mid 2000s. I feel like that was just such a fucking name used on just whatever. You didn't know the name of it. Oh, it's that Fruity Pebbles.
Oh,
smell a little fruity or something. Like.
It's not even that it was.
No,
fruity.
I'm not saying that.
No, but I'm saying this shit. It literally tasted like Fruity Pebbles.
Possible spray pack. Is that possible?
Yeah,
could be. Either way, I smoked it.
Either way, I smoked it. Like,
So it's not like it's gonna hurt you really,
and it was not like it's fucking lab tested or anything like that. It's not dispensary.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah,
so you got to know what you're getting. You know what I mean? Like, take what you get.
So let's break down what a spray pack is and and all the different kind of machinations of a spray pack, right? Because there's like people are doing different shit. I heard spray paper towels and then you put it in the bag. Like, you used to do that shit
spray it with what though?
With terpenes. Yeah, with terpenes. So
it's for the public.
Oh yeah, for the public. So we talked about the terpenes, adding terpenes, the terp pods that I saw at that conference, the fucking at MJ BizCon, and people using terp pods to put in instead of like Bovita packs and shit. Now what people are doing is they're taking these terpenes and spraying them on like paper towels and putting the paper towels in the packs.
Well, there's also actual machines that do this legitly, and that's what and a lot of people are using like spray guns too and shit like that.
Yeah, and spraying the actual flower too, right? Not just spraying the.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
I've also I heard, not even heard. This is a fact. People even get grimier than that, and they'll get hemp, like just some literal like $300, $200 a pound stuff.
CBD hemp shit.
Yeah, and spray it down with distillate.
Yeah.
That's dirty.
Yeah, that's dirty.
Really dirty.
Yeah. That's.
But people are wanting it out here. That's the weird. Not people, but there's people.
The distillate thing's not that big, but no, you're talking about the terpenes though. The spray terpenes, absolutely does. And that's like those brands. Let's call them out like Sprinkles. Like if you're smoking Sprinkles, you're smoking some nasty shit. I'm just telling everybody out there, if you're into Sprinkles, I'm sorry, but that shit is garbage. And you're smoking sprayed weed.
Sprayed weed.
And I want my weed to taste like that too, but I want it to be natural terpenes.
Natural terpenes.
Because there is weed like that has that strong of a taste and aroma. It's just, you gotta care enough to go get it.
Terpenes, where are they getting terpenes from? Is this just like
you can buy them. You can buy terpenes right online. Yeah, it's very easy. It's the same way they flavor cartridges too. The distillate cartridges and whatnot. That's how they flavor all those. And yeah.
So when the process of like stripping the plant matter of all of the THCA that gets put into a distillate, or is the start of a resin or whatever, is the byproducts in that in between moment, because there's usually 2 or 3 stages to stripping the plant, and then one of those stages is getting the terpenes out, and all the terpenes get separated out at that point. So then there's just like an abundance of terpenes. Like some of them are good, some of them are not good, you know. And then there's terpenes from everything, like
Fruits
the fruits and vegetables and fucking
every living plant,
other
fruit,
plants.
it's terpenes.
Don't got THC or nothing in them?
No,
It's just the smell?
Yes, it's the aroma
It's
and the
literally
flavor.
just for plants.
It's
Because of
the
fact
aroma
that
and the
it's a plant.
flavor, but there is like, you know, there's no science to back it up yet because it just hasn't been studied enough. But there is, you know, a school of thought that says the terpenes play a role on the effect of the entourage effect.
Without a doubt. And you consume terpenes every day when you eat, you know?
Yeah. Like just by eating an apple, there's terpenes in that. That's what gives it its flavor.
It's flavors, right?
Mhm.
Oh, interesting. Isn't those oil candles terpenes in a way? But that's not what people smoke. Like, you know, how
Well,
people get like a lavender.
yes, to a certain degree.
Is that a terpene?
There's terpenes in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and like essential oils.
Yes, there's terpenes in it. I would believe. I've
That's
never
not
done
what
any
it's
research
spraying
on that, but
like
Nah, but like if you have like
I'ma
a fucking
Google that shit.
like a lavender essential oil and that shit smells like lavender.
because it's a flower.
That shit is
Well, and they're derived
definitely
from.
there's definitely a lot of lavender terps in that.
And that's how.
the terpene profile of,
Yes.
of lavender is.
Yeah, that's how where it comes from because it's in it's an extract, same type of thing.
Yeah, same shit. Yeah.
That's like the limonene stuff and all that I be talking about.
Limonene,
Limonene.
Yep, that's a terpene. And myrcene,
So they're technically getting that from a lime.
no.
Well, it's a citrus.
A citrus,
It's a
yes.
yeah, and there's citrulline too, right? Is
Yes.
another
Yep.
terpene. Yeah, so there's like multiple.
There's a lot of fucking terpenes.
There really is.
But
There's
I'm
so
just
many.
kinda what terpene is now, though. It's the smell and the
Like those
And even so, when you think about like
rose
these are
petals,
with,
terpenes. You smell like that's
we're talking about the, like nature's terpenes, right? Is what the conversation we've been having. But now we can kind of make it into bring it more into the weed with vapes, because the terpenes is what they use to give it a certain
Flavor.
flavor profile,
Right.
to be able to call a vape Blue Dream or to call it lemon cherry gelato. The THC, the flower that they got the THC from, isn't necessarily gonna be from that strain.
in fact.
It's
99.9%
guaranteed.
of the time
I'd
it's
say
not.
mostly it's not,
Yeah.
unless you're smoking a live. That's why people like live rosin.
different.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah,
we
it's
talk
rosin and
about
resin.
Cold pressed rosin is strain specific, and you get the whole thing. But
And that will give you the picture of like the same high as the weed because it has that same cannabinoid terpene profile.
Alright, well that's crazy. So one last one that. So when somebody has a lemon cherry something, where is that terpene being derived from? Is it a weed that grew with that taste, or is it a lemon and cherry
Well, are we talking about vapes or flower?
flower?
So with flower, it's the weed that grew with the taste.
And it's grown with that taste.
Yes, it
yeah,
has
but
it
it
naturally.
is the same.
Lemons after growing it.
Yeah, but it's the same terpenes that you would find in a lemon.
Okay.
But it's just in the cannabis plant.
But
remember which
the
one
name
it
doesn't
is.
necessarily reflect exactly what
Right.
terpenes are in
Right,
it, though.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I
That's
can't
true,
remember
too.
which one it was. I think it was like a strawberry field or something. I want to do my research. Next pod, I'm gonna figure out what this was. But I seen a story where they were saying that a farmer had like actual farmland where he was growing fruits, and then he had his crops, his weed crops, and where he had the weed was close to the strawberries. And when he started growing that specific strain close to the weed, after time it started getting the taste and the flavor and the smell of the strawberries because they were right next to each other.
Right.
I want to go and look and see what it actually was, but that was something that I had seen that I thought was interesting. And that makes sense with plants, and just you think about how they make new strains and how you cross-pollinate different strains is essentially the same thing. You put them next to each other and you let them do what nature intended for them to do.
Or you could stash pollen and do it yourself, too.
Yeah, no, that too, but you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Word.
Spray.
Spray.
Or just fucking spray.
Or just spray. Just spray your pack
Terpenes and just
and spray your pack with it.
That's hilarious.
Taking shortcuts, baby.
Whatever works.
We said work smarter, not
I'll tell you
harder.
who's not spraying their packs and has a good product that we just recently took in the store is this Splash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
good
a
price
flower,
too. Good price,
totally.
point.
For sure.
The New York grapes. I just
Yep,
twisted
the,
some of
the
that
guava
up.
one's
Nice.
good too.
And one of these rose cones. Yeah, what's the other one?
guava hash.
The guava.
Yeah, the guava hash.
Yeah, it's
And
good. That's good too.
Private secret pie.
We got the Manhattan, Bronx,
Secret pie,
Queens,
yeah.
Secret
Brooklyn,
pie.
Staten Island on there.
I like the New York representation.
It's
on
cool.
it.
Sure,
Yeah.
But it's cool. I want to sell so much of it that he's got to put Albany on his bag. That's a bar right there, right?
Word, that's a fact.
So I'm gonna just let him know.
Hell
We're
yeah.
gonna sell so much of it, they're gonna have to put Albany on that bag. You
Let's
heard?
get it.
Small
Let's
on
get
it.
it. Put the egg on that shit.
Put the egg on that bitch. I have to create a bag.
Somebody needs to do a Mylar cut bag of the egg. A
Mm.
Mylar bag of the egg. I wanted to do it for
Fortnite.
the Albany Piff, but
You see how crazy they going right now?
what's that?
They're making like video game, 2K video game bags right now. They're making.
Oh,
they've been doing that.
It's crazy. They'll have like these giant containers for like this much weed
Yo,
for an eighth,
Yeah.
and it's like, yo, that weed's gonna be dried out and dusty in 2 hours.
And all your trichomes
And
are
y'all
gonna
are
be
paying
sprinkled
like
all over the
crazy
fucking
amounts
glass.
for it. People are fucking dumb, dog.
Yeah.
People are fucking dumb.
Crazy.
Nah,
And,
marketing is crazy, and what's fucked
Yo,
up.
if you're buying
I will
that weed,
say,
you're
is
dumb.
that you think the legal market is allowed to do some shit like that? Hell no.
Probably
So
seeing
the-
like Rick and
first
Morty,
of
Yeah,
all,
you
Super
can't.
Mario.
The legal market
like-
couldn't
yeah.
do the cutout bags.
No.
they can't be shaped.
No,
Like,
they can't.
It's illegal.
No, it has to like be a certain color palette. It can't have like cartoons on it. There can't be any reference to like anything that would be interesting to a child.
Right.
It can't have be certain shapes. They're like they can't be clear. You can put the window on the bottom. I like that.
Yeah, that's
I like
smart.
that. Smart.
Oh,
There's the
I've been
window on
looking
the
for
bottom.
customers, giving them the best buds I can. Like, oh, give them this one. Like.
So
So
you
it's
can't make a lemon shaped bag or an apple shaped bag.
nah, I don't think so.
Wow.
'Cause we would've been there,
the exception. There is always an exception to the rule, though, isn't there?
MSOs.
Fucking cookies, right?
The ice cream things they're doing, right?
Well, they're just. I feel like first of all, they're just called cookies, which I don't think you're allowed to technically do in New York State. But I guess they're grandfathered in. Their brand is whatever it is. It's a staple in cannabis. You can't,
That's crazy.
So that
I never thought about
it's
that.
been able to come into the market and
That's so interesting.
Barely
I didn't think about
though,
that.
yeah.
like he doesn't have his cookie store up and running in New York City like he wants
No,
to.
he does though. It's just called something else.
Well, he's selling. It started as mainly a merch store. I don't know if they're selling weed in it yet. Like I know in the beginning though, like he couldn't sell weed in there,
Yeah.
and that was killing him. I know that.
Yeah.
Just watching everybody else be able to sell weed, but that came from only New Yorkers getting the licenses in the beginning, which was
Yeah.
dope,
Yeah.
And
He has the ice cream pints that he's selling in Cali. Did y'all see those? Like the new bag for the cookies is the pints of ice cream.
yeah.
Oh,
They
word.
look like a Ben and Jerry's.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That's cool.
It must be different in Cali than now, obviously. Like
Yeah.
No, it's a way more mature market, and so it's just they have to do all sorts of like everybody's in it. You know what I mean? Snoop just opened a fucking dispensary in Cali, which is crazy to think that he just
they did
opened.
that, right?
That he just opened a dispensary in Cali. That's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just did. But like it's such a competitive market, I imagine by now.
wow. Do you think these things could change?
Just seeing no, I don't think it's going to change because you're just watching how many stores are opening up in New York. New York's gonna be super competitive. So you're gonna see like just the same kind of. You're gonna see the same kind of evolution, I imagine, in product models and what has to be done and how you stand out. And the one thing that Cali has that New York doesn't necessarily have fully yet, but will have is vertical integration. So you only have vertical integration, which means that you can grow and sell the weed and process it and do everything in between. If you're an MSO, so the MSO or a micro, and none of the micros are open yet, but some of the MSOs are. And I think once that happens,
I think there's a couple micros out right
once
now.
that have product in the
Yeah, I heard Ryan talking about one that's actually out right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're incoming.
Incoming.
And everyone listening, that's when the weed's going to get way better.
Yeah,
in the market.
Like
You're going to start seeing more like weed like you see in the other states when that comes about.
Yeah, because people get 3,500 square foot of canopy and they really indoor unlimited lights, and if they're doing it right, they're growing gas. You know what I mean? And they're growing enough gas to supply a few dispensaries and making enough money to do well with that, I think. And the weed's just gonna be better because of that. And it's coming. It's happening. But the thing about the micros is that they can also open their own retail store and sell their own. Yeah. So if you're a micro, you can grow and process and package and sell your own shit in your own retail.
It almost might
That's
not be
vertically integrated.
If you're a successful micro though, that's almost not worth it because you could sell your product without the overhead
of having
everyone
a
else.
retail.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
Right,
So
right.
it'd almost be counterproductive and just take away from the money you can make as a micro because you are limited to what you can grow as a micro.
It'd be if you do it that way, you better have a whole fucking team, and then, or you're like trying to do it as like by yourself, doing a grow and then opening a store.
Yeah.
Good fucking luck.
It's a whole nother component that's going to cost a lot of fucking money. And it might not be if you're growing some fire, it's gonna go.
It's gonna go,
especially if you're early in the game.
And there'll be the people, and it'll go to the people who you want. Who you want to sell it, because we want good micros, and there isn't like a brand in the game that doesn't want to be in stage one. Like everybody wants to be in stage one because we got great traffic. We have a great customer base, and so. If micros aren't going to have a hard time getting into stores that they want to be in. That's all, because we'll take them. We'll sell mad fucking great indoor weed. If they got a good product.
Yep, bring it on.
Bring that shit on.
Fuck yeah, can't wait. Like seriously. That's why I got so excited about the Grease Monkey, because it just looks so good.
I think eventually what's going to happen as a result of the MSOs first being able to be vertically integrated and now these micros getting to be vertically integrated is they're going to open it up to the whole market to be vertically integrated at some point. And then it'll be more like Cali, right? And then, because what happens in Cali is that everyone is vertically integrated now, and so everybody is growing their own weed and fucking selling their own weed, and they have their own brands, and so you gotta and if you stand out and you do well with that shit, then you can. That's what it takes, and so you bring that type of mentality into the New York market. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. New York,
so you think they're eventually going to allow everyone to be vertically
integrated? I bet you. I would imagine. Because how could they not? All it takes is a lawsuit. Is for somebody to be like, yo, this is not constitutional that these guys can be vertically integrated on the smallest scale, and these guys on the largest scale
this is
vertically integrated. The middle guys can't be vertically integrated. That seems totally fucked. And it's not unreasonable. That's not an unreasonable fucking viewpoint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm gonna do that, but I'm saying there will likely be someone who will see it that way.
Yeah, and have the fight
Dude,
and
in
be
my
like, oh, fuck
opinion,
it.
you got to do it.
I'll
if they
die on this
allow
hill.
it.
So like that's what I'm saying. I think vertical integration inevitably will
get it done.
Will have to be a thing that they offer everyone. I don't see how it can't be. So yeah, I think that'll be interesting, and that'll be one of the things that will make the New York market be more like the Cali market. And like, I think your original question was, is it inevitable for it to be that way? But I think it is.
Yep. Good time.
Word up, Buddha Buddha.
Buddha Buddha.
Just before y'all get off traveling, I want to talk about your tree hat.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
When you take them type of, like, for everybody, say you take like 2 to 3 days off.
I don't.
But like,
Right.
I say,
But
you know,
theoretically.
does that shit feel euphoric for me? Like, when I first stopped smoking, like, I felt like I was high and I wasn't high. So high. Did you kind of feel like, how did you feel?
Nah, so what it like opened up this I don't know, this like alertness that I didn't necessarily fucking want for like a week, and I was like, I don't like this shit, and then all that shit went away, and then I was fine, and then it was like weeks, and then I bought a fucking.
Did you have fucked up dreams?
Listen.
Did you have fucked up dreams?
Yeah, actually, fucked up dreams. Fucked up dreams. Absolutely.
That's what I hear.
Bunch of fucked up dreams.
So I have
Wild.
taken tolerance breaks where I'll just smoke before bed.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question though? When we say fucked up dreams, are we talking about like bad dreams, or are we just talking like vivid
Very lucid,
dreams?
very
Like,
lucid.
vivid dreams.
Vivid
Okay.
Very
dreams.
lucid.
Yes.
They don't
Yeah,
necessarily
yeah,
have to be
yeah, yeah.
terrifying.
No,
they're just insanely lucid.
They're like
Gotcha.
lucid, yeah. I don't dream
On a regular basis.
regularly.
Okay.
So like
Waking up and remembering your dream is an event
and
for
that
you.
happens when I quit smoking weed. Absolutely.
Yeah, I
For
think
sure.
that's just what's happening. That's
Yeah,
all.
for
Yeah.
sure. Well, I think that it gets in the way of dreaming. Like I think the
Yeah, it
dream's
does.
still happening, but it's
Yeah.
just like when you
But I'm
wake.
just so fucking tired from all the fucking that
And you're
I'm
not
that I'm
processing
asleep
it,
through
yeah.
my dream.
And sometimes I think this is completely unrelated to smoking or anything, but I feel like if you fall asleep with some type of a sound, like a TV playing or something like that, my theory is that your brain will pick up on those sounds, and whatever part of your brain is processing you hearing those sounds is also the part of the brain that would have been paying attention to the dream.
Well, here's the part of the brain that was most affected. I'll give you just an example. We were in this. So we're in Lake Como, and Lake Como I think was like maybe like the end of the second week, beginning of the third week, end of the second week. So I hadn't smoked and no weed, right? And we were staying in this Airbnb down. It was like down this ravine, down right by the lake, but it was like you got to walk down all these fucking stairs. And we parked the rental car at the top of the shit. There's like a small little parking lot, and we found a spot. And it was wild because you just like turn. There's like a little cardboard piece in the top corner of your windshield that has the time on it, and you like put the time on there that you're supposed to move the car by or whatever, and then that's how. And then the fucking police come around and check to see what the time is.
Okay. They
on
just
the
trust
shit.
that you
And
put
then,
the time in.
that you put the right time, or you put the time that you got there or whatever,
Yeah,
and then you have 2 hours that you're. I just went up every fucking 2 hours and changed that
that's what I'm
shit.
saying.
And we left the car there for the whole time we were there, for like all 6 days we were there. We left the fucking car there, but the first night, right? I was so, but it was
civilized people, Bob. I told you.
walking down the fucking the stairs. It was like steep. It was fucking old and like crazy walk down, and the Airbnb host recommended don't bring all your fucking luggage. Just leave the luggage in the car if you can. So just prepare to do that. So we packed one luggage to bring down. So we left all of our fucking luggage in the car, and then so the first night I was like, I got mad paranoid. That was the energy that I had, was this like paranoid ass fucking energy. Okay. Up at 1 a.m, like, somebody's gonna fucking break in the car and steal all our shit. I gotta fucking go check out the fucking car. Or did they tow our car? What the fuck? Am I even allowed to be parked there? All this shit, just trying to, like, I had to walk up.
You ain't have no fuck it in your system.
Nah, no fuck it at all. Like, no, like 2 weeks gone of fuck it. And I was like, I gotta go check on the car at 1 o'clock in the morning, or I'm not gonna be able to fucking sleep. So then I had to walk up this fucking steep ass, dark ass, like stairwell alleyway thing in the middle of the night to go to see that everything was fine with the fucking car. and then I was like, all right. Then that was it. Then that's all it took, was that one night, and then I was able to fucking compose myself. But that was like no smoking weed for 2 weeks in a foreign country had me on.
We'll do that though.
Yeah,
no smoking weed in a foreign country. We'll definitely do that.
I'm leaving the country in a few weeks, but I ain't gonna have no problem with weed.
There you go.
I'm going to Canada.
Going to Canada
in 3 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, but I won't have no problem with weed up there, you know.
Nah.
It's legal as fuck.
For your trip going and for coming back, how was that first blunt when you landed? How was that first blunt?
Oh man,
where were you?
When I smoked the first shit when I think the next morning, because I was so fucking tired from that RAV4 journey. That we got back at like 8:30 and I hadn't slept. I think I just went to sleep. I don't even think I smoked first. And then the next day I smoked, and basically I was back on I grazed a joint for the day. Like, I just, smoke it and then put it down, smoke it and put it out. I definitely smoked a couple of like infused. Grazed a joint.
Grazed a joint.
Yeah.
Did that just sit you down though, that first hit, or did it just feel?
Nah, it was just good. It was just like I was just back in there. But then, and I ate like a edible, and I ate like a couple 10 milligram MFNY rosin joints, and I was like, good, right? The next day I went to the farm. I went to Hepworth with Will.
Oh yeah, you said you were baked as fuck.
And then but then the day, and I was pretty baked. We got the flat fucking tire and the Tesla, so no spare in Kingston. Had to get fucking towed. Shit was whack. And then this was like the day after getting back from fucking Italy. I just had to like burn myself out for no fucking reason, other than to go to Hepworth, which is dope.
That is
the Hepworth farm. I fuck with them. They got like 15 acres or 16 acres that they're growing, and I met the lead grower, Michael, who's fucking awesome. He's gonna come on the show. Dope. He's straight Rastafari, like from Jamaica. Fucking like the plant means the most to him, and like that.
And
in
who's
tune with
grower?
that shit. Huh?
That's the lead grower, you said?
That's interesting.
And he's like, and it's like, and he was just talking to me about how like land race genetics are important, and also like in upstate New York is a weird fucking place, and you can't take California genetics and try to grow them in upstate New York. You got to take tropical genetics and grow them in upstate New York in the summer, because that's more like the climate that you get is fucking much more like a tropical climate.
Well, the humidity,
with the humidity and the moisture and the high temperature, the heat in July and August. And so he just had a lot he was preaching a lot, and we were out in the field, and you just feel his connection to the plant. Right. Shit was just like,
that's dope.
Yeah, shit was wild.
That's I'm glad I know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
well, yeah, for sure.
That makes me fuck with that brand more now.
And they're doing one. He like they have a few strains going out there, definitely, like, but he found this one last year that did really fucking well, that he liked a lot, and he grew like mad acres of that shit. So their Hepworth is coming heavy with like one strain, and it's all their flower, and they're not even selling any of their flower to any of their other brands. They're sourcing a lot of that other for their brands, but their hash making, rosin making operation they got going, and the resin making, all that shit. The way, like the dude that they have in charge of that shit, some fucking kid from like some wizard from Oakland, bro. This kid is like been doing it in the black market for mad long, and then it got legal, and then he moved. Now he's doing it here, and he has this like wild ass rig that's fucking, and like the color that he's getting in all of his shit, all of his dabbables is like, yo, and the smell, it was all looking so good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good for them. Right.
I think that family of brands is gonna is scaling up in a really good way. So all the Hepworth stuff is looking good. I'm glad I went to that, despite getting the flat tire on the way home.
It was worth it.
It was worth it. So I ate a couple edibles. So I was like back in the game. I was feeling good. You know what I mean? And then the next day, I think it was, or maybe the day after that, I accidentally ate a 50 milligram Smokies.
Okay.
Gummy.
Because you thought it was a single.
10,
yeah.
But it was a 50.
Okay.
That shit had me. That shit had me spit. Nah, it's from another state.
I feel like any sentence that starts with the words "I accidentally ate" is gonna be
that
something
shit
crazy.
had me smit-act in a way that I was like cotton mouth, fucking. I could feel my eyes were squinty and shit.
Were you
But
balanced?
I was like, I was fine, but I just felt like I was presenting mad stones, and I was like, yo, I rarely present mad stones, but I felt like I was like, yo, this is what I thought it was gonna be like when I came back, and I fucking smoked some shit. I thought I was gonna be like this, but it did take a 50. But I was stoned for like hours.
That'll do it though. That'll definitely do it.
Yeah.
That's good though. I'm happy for you. Congratulations.
Yeah. It was a moment too though, that I was that stoned in, and it wasn't like
good.
Nah, it wasn't a great moment.
Was it anxious?
Oh yeah, but I wasn't anxious though.
Okay.
But it was an anxious moment.
But that's what I felt. I have felt that.
Yeah.
In the same thing. It was with edibles.
Yeah.
And then I had smoked as well. And then I had to do something important. And then while I'm doing it, I'm like, am I too high to do this right now? And
like
I wasn't.
in.
Like I still did. Yeah, it was just hitting me.
It just kicked in that moment.
And I had never been that high doing that thing.
Right.
So it was just like
where it kicked in the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of being that high and not high, what was your question about Treehab?
Dude, I felt like that blunt
coming back.
Like,
yeah.
So the first time coming back. Okay.
How that blunt feel when you take that.
You was hitting your vape on the plane, wasn't you?
No way.
I'd have been.
In the airport. I was not on the plane, but in the airport, hell yeah.
In the airport, you could smoke after a cigarette joint.
They didn't, if they had them there, they didn't tell us about
Jim Jones
it.
made a whole, Jim Jones had a whole video because the rule came out where you could smoke cigarettes in New York.
You smoke weed.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying.
At the airport, like, flowing it down.
Don't get it twisted, bro. When we got to the airport at JFK, before we flew to Italy, I had a fucking half a pre-roll in my pocket, and I went right outside and smoked that shit.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers was looking at me, still looking at me crazy though, and because there were people from, because JFK is people from everywhere, and you heard like mad people from foreign countries being like, oh, we're in New York now, like bitching about it and shit. It's like, motherfucker, you're in New York. Yeah, that's right. And I'm smoking a joint right now.
Yeah.
I'm smoking this half a fucking chocolate dip banana clip. You know what I mean?
20-hour flight, man.
Yeah, see, mine wasn't even that treacherous. We was in the airport.
20 hours
for
No, it was an 8-hour
but-
flight, but it's 20 hours of traveling on the way home because we went to the airport early because we had to do this VAT tax thing, and then the flight got delayed,
Okay.
and then
Damn delays, man.
so then we were there early, and then and when we got back to JFK, there was like mad international flights got in all at the same fucking time. So, first what happened in Italy, and I don't know how, on the way back, and I don't know how common this is. So you get to the gate, and then they're like, all right, well, we got to take you on a bus to your plane. Because I guess the plane couldn't make it to the gate, and they had to take us to another plane. So we got off, we like left out the gate and got on a bus and took the bus to the fucking plane. So then you add that into the travel, right? And then you get the plane. And so we're already there for hours. We're already hours deep, and and then it's a 9-hour flight.
Okay.
Then all the flights got it. Like I was saying, all the international flights got in at the same time to JFK. It was fucking an hour and a half in customs. Shit was fucking terrible. In customs. So we were in customs so long that when we got out, our bags had been out. Like they weren't even on the carousel anymore. We watched the carousel go around like 5 times. Like, I don't think our fucking bag is on this shit. Did it come out yet?
That's crazy.
And some dude was like, if you're come from Rome, your bag's on the other side. Like, motherfucker. Walked around the other side of shit is just sitting there, probably been sitting there waiting for us. Like, motherfucker.
You came back with way more bags than you left with, huh?
Just 2 more.
Souvenirs and shit.
Shit. I'm thinking about the travel time for us. From the time we left the house, it was 15 hours there. And then the way back was...
Yeah, because you had to go to Newark, so 15 hours from JFK to Newark.
Yep. Like by the time we touched down, we left my house at 3 a.m, and we got to Puerto Rico at 6 p.m. And then we left. We got to the airport in Puerto Rico at 8:30, and then got to my house at 3 p.m. So 8:30 p.m. is when we left. When we got to the airport, and then 3 p.m. is when I got back to my house. Cause so boom, it was me, my dad, my uncle, and my brother. Me, my dad, and my uncle or my brother had our tickets already, round trip. We booked my uncle's after.
Yeah.
So when it got canceled, they canceled flipped our trip there for the 3 of us, but my uncle's whole thing got canceled. So we had to rebook his. His left at 1 a.m. Ours left at 4 a.m.
Wait, why did his get canceled?
Because his was separate. We bought ours together when we bought his after.
Oh.
So for some reason with that, it just made it so that, you know what I mean? That's how it worked out. But his left at 1, who's this go to? Left at 1 o'clock.
Straight, brother.
And fucking, he got there smooth. We get on our shit, and it took us 2 hours to even leave. Somebody broke the fucking toilet, and the plane couldn't take off with it. They had to fix. They couldn't do it with the toilet. It would like fuck up the air pressure or some dumb shit like
makes
that.
Sense.
So we had to sit there and wait for them to fucking fix it, and then all that shit. After we had already been sitting there for mad fucking hours. So, but we got home safe. Thank you, God.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like that's the most important part. And the whole time we was like, "Fuck it, we still in Puerto Rico."
You wanted to smoke that whole time that you were on the plane dealing with that, waiting for them to fucking fix the toilet and shit.
That was the tree hab part.
That was the tree hab part.
And so this is where I fucking killed it though. This I was like really happy with myself and my planning. because I fucking saved. I left some of the bud that I had in the car that we left at the airport.
Nice.
So as soon as we got off the plane, had a nice little fucking pack right there. You know what I'm saying? That fucking,
You hit it?
The purple pie. No, I just left that one in the car. Like I didn't have to hide it. I just left it in the car before we like got out type shit.
Yeah.
I forgot you guys drove down there.
Mm-hmm.
There's one more thing on the traveling. So we should do this for every state. Every time y'all go somewhere.
Word.
On a number scale of 1 to 10, what's the risk factor of smoking in Puerto Rico? What's the risk factor from the scale of 1 to 10 of weed or smoking in where you went?
In Italy.
1 being not risky, 10 being very risky.
Yeah. PR, what's the number?
I mean, and this
Smoking?
is just this is your perception.
Yeah,
by the way,
yeah.
This ain't even reality
Right.
because I don't fucking know.
I don't
the
know.
answer
I don't
to
know what
that.
happens if they actually do run down on you and like, you
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but we were smoking pretty out in the motherfucking open, Jack. I would give it a. I'd give it a 3.
Okay.
I'd give it a 3.
I didn't. There was no. Like I said, I didn't smell weed really at all. Like I smelled some CBD flower. At like 2 spots, and then I didn't really smell any weed really anywhere.
Yeah, I
that
smell
we
weed
were
all
at.
over.
Yeah, so I would say probably fucking like even the dude. Even so, I did go when we were in Florence. I did go to the cannabis, the Amsterdam cannabis shop or whatever, where they had the CBD flower for sale. So that's obviously where those people got their CBD flower that they were smoking. Because it doesn't seem like there's an illicit market for cannabis. In Nice, they had some shit in the gas station, too. It was like some CBD flower. I forgot I actually bought a pre-roll in Nice and smoked that shit on the...
And nobody like,
I didn't smoke it out in the open. I smoked it when we got back to the Airbnb.
but nobody like asked you if you needed weed or anything like that.
No, nobody did. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't smell it out in the open at all. Like nobody was smoking that shit in public, really.
Actually, now that I might even have to bring it down to a 2 because there were so many people that offered us weed. Dude in the car, pulled up in a car, right? He just happened to be driving by in a car, and then like people got out, and he was just sitting there, and he saw us, and we were smoking. No, we wasn't even smoking. That's crazy. We wasn't even smoking at that part. He just probably knew we wasn't from there, and he was like, "Yo, here, take my card." He's like, "Yo, I do everything. I do it all. I drive the cabs. If you need that, I could hook you up with da 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 da. Get you some weed. Da 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 da." He was like, literally, just stopped us and gave us his card, told us all that, and then just kept it moving. And that happened a lot, not with the business card, but like I walked out, same shit that happens here. People see me and they automatically think that I smoke mad weed, bro. I swear to God.
I wonder what makes people think that you smoke mad weed, bro. I wonder what.
I used to have a friend when I used to like hustle at concerts and shit. Just having them next to me, that's all I needed. They'd all ask me for shit. You got it. You know what I'm saying? He just looked like the guy who asked for drugs.
But
It's
listen,
like, that guy
none
knows.
of these people are wrong.
No,
I do smoke mad weed, so you know,
you
like,
smoke a lot of weed.
but I swear I got out of the car and then I hear from the other side of the street, dude, "Hey, papi, you need that weed? I see you over there." Yo, I swear to God, like ran across the street. Like
you had the weed?
Huh?
Nah, like he needed.
No,
like,
he saw me and just knew that I needed weed.
Oh, yeah.
And then my dad bought some weed off.
It's obvious who smokes weed, bro.
Yeah, you already know.
That's
Like, I ain't
hilarious.
mad about it. I'm not mad at that at
so
all.
that shit didn't happen at all. I mean, granted, I was with my kids and Suhaib, but I was like 18 and he fucking was wearing his Stage 1 dispensary t-shirt everywhere. So
Right.
yeah,
Me too.
Yeah, nobody.
And I was
nobody
posting up
asked.
stickers all over the place.
So what
There's Mass Stage 1 stickers in the
What number? I don't know. I would probably give that shit an 8 because I don't fucking know. Because there wasn't anybody out there, bro. Yeah.
Every time we would get into an Uber, they would be like, "You smell good."
Anyway, and in Florence, like 3.5 weeks in, I fucking bought. When I found the Amsterdam cannabis shop, I did buy a $65 or €65 fucking Delta 9 vape from under the counter.
Best of the best.
61 gram, 65 euro Delta 9 vape. I'm not proud, bro. I'm not proud of it. And I didn't even smoke it really. I didn't even actually, like, I hit it a few times. It was pretty harsh. I didn't really necessarily like the way that it made me feel. And then I was in the hot springs, and I fucking forgot that it was in my pocket, and I was like, fuck. I'm gonna just put this off to the side, and I'll come back and get it.
And it was
then
gone.
I didn't.
Yeah. Oh, you just didn't
I
go.
just forgot.
Yeah. And then I did.
Because I didn't care enough about it.
That's
It's not like
true.
I was like, yo, I better fucking, I lost.
I need my 65 euro
My 65 euro
CBD 1 gram vape.
Fucking Delta 9 fucking 1 gram vape that tastes like shit.
Yeah.
Do it?
Yeah.
Nobody
So,
smokes though. It's weird.
They're more
It's not even
civilized
part
than
of the
Americans, bro.
culture.
Like I said earlier.
A lot of people smoking bogeys.
Yeah, I bet you they smoke a lot more cigarettes out there.
Yeah. I did keep, we'd be at like a cafe and some dude mad tattoos on his arms and shit. I'm like, that motherfucker smokes. Like, I feel like I should ask him. Should I ask him if he fucking smokes? He probably knows where the weed is at. And I never fucking did because I was like, fuck it. But I'm gonna see how long I can do it for.
Right. Feel that.
But I definitely feel like there were people out there that there was definitely these dudes on the train. They were in a fucking band.
Yeah.
Motherfucker had
That was
like
a good
wild
lead.
ass tattoos on his fucking fingers and shit. I was like, oh yeah, that dude's in a band.
It's a good lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, he,
Right,
he knew
exactly.
where the weed was at.
And
but-
even if he don't, he ain't gonna tell on you. It ain't gonna be a big deal.
right.
Word up.
They're just like, we're a band of cops.
You know where the weed is at. You're in a fucking band.
Scroll it.
Scroll it.
It's a
Scroll
fair
it,
assumption though that somebody in the band probably smokes pot
Yeah.
Yeah.
throughout my
Yeah.
experience for sure.
That's not fucked up.
What's up?
That's not fucked up. And if you're in a band and you get mad that somebody assumes that you smoke weed, I don't think I want to listen to your music.
That part.
Just saying.
For real though.
Yeah.
Word up.
Preach, Jay.
So, Scotty, what kicks you bring today?
Brought some classics. Nothing too crazy though. It's essentially the Concorde Jordan 11, but it's the DMP version, Defining Moments package. Originally dropped in 06. This is 2023 pair. Only difference really is the gold accents on the shoe, like the gold Jumpman, and just the little gold parts of the shoe. Yeah, the 23 on the back is gold too. Just the little parts, It's the same shoe as the Concorde. That's it.
It's a detail. Yo.
Yeah. I was excited when they came back out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pair I always wanted. And they made them a little different. They made them all leather. The original ones were mesh, like the actual Concords are. But they made these leather, and actually, they're kind of nice.
Yeah.
They say those are the best ones to wear with suits. Would you wear that with a suit?
I have.
You have.
Yeah.
Would you?
The breads. It was the breads. Yeah, the black and red ones.
What are my bad?
The Concords?
No, what number?
Jordan 11.
The 11s is the best to wear with suits. Would you agree with that?
I would say so. I think so. Because when Jordan went to Tinker Hatfield, the designer of it, the shoe, he literally said to him, he's like, give me something I can wear with a tuxedo.
Oh, shit.
That was his fucking assignment. He's like, give me something I can wear with a tuxedo. And he did. And then Tinker seen Boys to Men rock him at the Grammys with the tuxes. And he's like, oh shit, mission accomplished. And that's how that happened. That's how the shoe got created. It was like, give me something I can wear with a tux.
That's
And
hilarious.
But yeah, they're a little overdone though. I ain't doing no 11s with suits no more. Like, hell nah.
You get married, you ain't wearing the 11s with this suit.
Nah, I'm past that, man. I'm past that. I got some really nice Gucci loafs. I got some shit, man. I got some dress
shit in my
clothing.
collection.
I got some nice dress clothing, so yeah. I like dressing up too now, so it's like used to be like, no, I'm wearing my sneakers. Now I like to wear the loafs, Growth.
Yeah.
What up, though, Jay?
What up,
you know,
Jay?
you know what time it is.
You know what time it is,
You know
Jay.
what time it is.
Yes. Let's get it. I said. Damn, Harry, I miss you here. As soon as I wrote that first bar, I felt a tear. I know it's gonna be fire, but I'm frozen in my fear. I guess it's time for me to say some shit that I don't wanna hear. It's been a crazy year. I still don't have a car, but I've been letting God steer. I'm trying to fight the urge to veer. I've broke a couple hearts, I've disappointed panic peers. I know my mama about to purse me out next time I see her. They see me in they chair, I'm just trying to receive it. They tell me I'm a good person, I'm trying to believe it. I looked into the mirror, inside I had a demon. I was trying to unsee it, now I'm fighting to defeat it. Exercise it and relieve it. Maybe I could change the world before I leave it, but I gotta change myself to find the reason. I'm changing with the seasons, maintaining what I'm healing from the sequence. Fingers on the edge, hanging off the deep end. I'm thankful that I'm breathing, but I used to wish I wasn't. That's why I'm not afraid to tell my brothers that I love them. We suffering in silence, contemplating self-destruction. I can't lose another friend. Fuck an argument, let's have a damn discussion. I apologize. Tears I put inside my mama's eyes. I've disappeared a lot of times, I know she traumatized. I say I'm sorry and she looked at me like stop the lies. I can't blame her, but I gotta try. Buddha. Word up.
Yeah.
Looking out. Buddha.
That's gonna be on the Stage 1 tape.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I got a verse on that.
I got some fire
You
features
ain't gonna
on
hear that tonight, though. I know that Jay was trying to get me to fucking do my verse. I know he was. I knew he was gonna do that. I just knew he was gonna do that verse. I was like, this motherfucker's gonna do that.
I'll do that verse.
Word up.
And Cam's on that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hell
Ricky's
Ricky
halfway
Bandana.
on that.
Yep.
He's got to finish that verse.
Hell yeah. It's a fact, Jack.
And Merc's gonna work his
Facts.
magic on it.
Then I'm gonna do
If we lucky enough.
the treatment, and probably do a hook.
Yes. She gonna
Yeah,
be fire.
that'd be fire.
Word up. She gonna be dope.
Facts.
I'm excited for this mixtape. I'm really excited for what's gonna come out with it.
Me and Jay
Yeah.
got another banger in the works.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a
yeah.
slapper, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's a fucking slapper.
Shit, and we still got that weed and wine too.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some shit.
We got some shit in the
next. We
stash.
got some shit in the stash
Yeah.
already. And just in the works. And that's like acting like we don't already have
Scroll It, Mario
full
and Yoshi,
albums
Fronto,
of-
like mad weed songs and just mad.
Yeah, not even just weed songs. Like we could fucking like
Oh, projects on projects. Hell yeah. And it's about to start happening too. That's the thing. It's like, I'm not talking about it no more. I'm just gonna start putting shit out.
thank you.
Right. Was talking earlier about shooting some videos. Right.
Yeah.
Yes. I need y'all help though. I need y'all
Yeah.
help though.
We need team. It's got to be a team.
Yeah, we gotta
team
all do it
effort.
together.
We here, Jack. We here. You know that.
Yes, you already.
Fucking know that.
Hell yeah.
Word up. Oh man.
You be still doing videos a lot though? Music videos?
Yep, that's always my passion thing. I'm more focused on content and shows and stuff.
But you love doing that.
I do music videos, especially for music I'm inspired for.
Yeah.
Like that's when I make the best music videos.
Mhm.
Where, like,
Has he done any else?
Yeah. He did 9 to 5.
I know he did some of yours. Has he done any Merc videos yet?
we shot so much content.
Yeah.
on the music video, but we had like.
I mean, he's been involved in several videos that we fucking shot for sure, and met
And
in
you're
multiple
on,
ways.
You're on the one with True Blue
Yeah.
that he shot with
Yeah.
us.
Oh, word.
And
Yeah.
Forever.
Even with him, though, I've been making short form content for so long. Like we got this legendary clip out called "Mob in a Band" when we were doing this photo shoot.
Yeah.
And like for that time, that clip was just so dope. It was a behind the scenes of a photo shoot.
Yeah, it's just a BTS. Like,
Yes, but it was
yeah.
just W content, which is good content for 2011, 2012. Like,
That's
Oh,
how-
y'all been working together.
yeah,
That's
been working
ill.
together.
I love that.
Yeah. No, this isn't new. This is like a long time coming. When when we got the dispensary, we got the license. Dales and I were basically on the same fucking page, like independently of one another. I was like, I need to do this podcast because I really think that that's gonna separate us out, and it's something that I can do that, none of these other dispensary owners are going to be able to do in the same way. And then Dale's was at the opening, and then talked, and then he approached me with basically the same concept, and we were like, oh shit, well let's fucking do it then. And that's how we both had that same spark. Let's make the shit happen, and we built on it, and we like just talked about kind of what we wanted it to look like, and then it was like, I don't know, a few months of like, all right, I was working, getting the store open, no way I could do a podcast at that point. But as soon as shit calmed down a little bit and we were feeling comfortable to do it, we started doing it. Just doing the thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool, like you ready to run that play we've been talking about?
Yeah.
You got it going.
Just doing it. But we've been working together for at the away video shoot. You remember that shit? The fuck at Pearl Street Pub.
Okay.
And she, like you and Cheeks and Chaz and Powerful and everybody came out to that shit, and it was like a fucking movie. We were shooting the videos, and you were shooting the BTS and that shit too, bro. That shit was fucking. Yeah.
So much content, so much.
2011 shit. Yeah, facts. And then, the first fucking episode going up.
And what's crazy is probably like 6 months before this, I was going to do a cannabis podcast with this, Tafari from Schenectady?
I think so.
He does Plug Nation.
Yep.
I was going to do a cannabis podcast with him. And Tafari's dope dude. Like, I got along with it. Just never came into fruition, And he was doing a lot of other things anyways and pivoting away. He was going more towards like sports and basketball and things like that. So, it just naturally didn't happen, So I wasn't going to force it. I really wanted to do it though. And then it just happened here so fucking naturally. So much things are happening naturally here. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like,
Bro.
it's kind of wild.
It is kind of wild.
It feels good for me, man.
Sure.
Yeah, and the culmination of all of the hard work coming together with a common goal and the right energy and intention towards it, and that's all of that plays a fucking role, like, and that having multiple people engaged in one common goal in a positive manner.
Yeah, man. Doing the thing.
Fucking stoned. Yeah, that's it. Whatever we've been smoking, all that shit, this shit.
New York grapes,
Yeah,
Grease Monkey.
Grease Monkey,
What you got?
the rose pre-rolls,
Yeah, the pre-rolls.
or the cones.
It's
I
just
wonder if
I need
those
some
add
real
anything
paper.
to it, Those, like the smoking rose petals, should like have any,
I don't think so.
Effects.
Who knows though?
yeah.
I
fucking
can't see it
knows?
having any different effects than smoking any other plant.
Well, if they say terpenes have
Well, right.
effects, and these have
Terpene, and
different
yeah,
terps.
they're gonna
Yeah,
tell
sure.
me,
This is
I
true.
might have got used to smoking, but when you smoke through a fronto, that shit doesn't feel different than if you smoke through a paper.
Well, no, I'm
if
saying
you're not
in the
used to
sense of
nicotine,
you
I'm
were
sure it
asking-
does.
I thought you were just asking if it has effects, and I was saying yes.
Yeah,
I
you
think
imagine it
does,
probably
yeah.
does, right?
Of course,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
gotta.
Mhm.
Of some sort.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I might have said no.
I'm fucking stoned. That's all I'm saying.
I'm fucking.
I smoke
God.
some. I mean, and none of this shit is infused. It's good weed though.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I don't like infused too much, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, you don't like keef infused shit?
Nah, I think it takes away from the flavor of the weed.
Yeah.
I think the keef does.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
I mean, I like it because it gets me fucking
Because it
ripped.
gets me fucking
But
ripped.
I think it takes away from the terpenes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I'm
I
all
think
about the
opposite.
flavor. That's why I love smoking. 'Cause,
Right.
Trying to taste that shit. Pause.
I feel like smoking the Haiti Tree Dante Inferno non-infused versus smoking the Dante Inferno infused. You think that the one non-infused has more flavor?
Can't remember.
Fair.
Didn't compare them. Like I never
That's
had
fair.
them. I never had them in a close enough time period together to be able to.
That might be a
Like
remember the
and to
difference.
compare them in that way.
Exactly. Yeah. And it might have just been passed to me on the podcast, and like sometimes.
Well,
just don't know what the fuck.
it was a while ago too, because the Dante, if you remember, that was one of the first infused ones that we got.
Oh, from Hetty Tree.
Yeah. And with the glass tip. You know what I mean? That's why I remember when we got
that. And what was the other one?
Glitter bomb.
Glitter bomb, yeah.
Glitter bomb.
The glitter bomb was the standout, though. That's why it got all the attention.
It did get all the attention.
It got all the attention. It still does. That's my little homie.
What's the name?
The glitter bomb.
People love names.
Man, nah. I like the flavor. Even the like Hetty Tree just got some good pre-rolls.
I think the name's appealing.
It is. It totally is, for sure. I even put it in a bar. So.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
It was a good fucking verse too.
Good looking up. It's on the mixtape track. Yeah. We gotta lay that down too. Are we doing anything with that beat? Or are we leaving that beat how it is at 30K?
I probably want to just lay all the verses on it and then do some breakdowns and maybe make some changes, like do some, you know what I mean?
Right.
Do some things to it.
Right.
I always like to do that type of shit after the vocals are laid down.
That's fair.
Because trying to do it, either you're gonna write the vocals to the changes in the beat, or you're gonna make the changes in the beat around the vocals. I always find that the vocals are like the final instrument.
Okay.
So like as a producer, I always try to make sure I leave room for the vocals, especially in a scenario where it's like we're all writing together, and so the writing process is an ongoing thing. It's not just like I have to write this beat and make it as close to finished as possible and send it to this person who's gonna write, you know, a melodic line and some lyrics on it, and then send it to an engineer who's gonna mix it down, and I'm never gonna see it again as the producer. It's more like I'm gonna just send you this beat that you're writing to, and then you'll lay some shit down to it and give it back, and then I'll do my thing to it again and finish it. I prefer that shit way more than, you know.
We used to do that shit like 6, 7, 8 times back and forth.
Back and forth.
I mean, we would be together, but it would be like, all right, now it's your turn. You do what you're gonna do. And then they'd be like, all right, now I'll make these changes, and then we go. And now that collaboration is what ends up creating and like that back and forth, so that it can constantly evolve. Totally. As opposed to having to like be one thing first. Right. And then get things added to it. I don't know. I like the evolutionary part of writing music in that collaborative format. Fuck. Yeah, man. Look, Dill's over there waiting with us.
What time is it?
Yeah. Got to slip in the music there.
Yeah, of course.
For a little bit.
Hell yeah.
A little bit of the music shit.
It's just like we said, it goes with the creativity, with the weed, like it's all the culture, baby.
All the culture, baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got to say it now. You got to say the thing.
Well, I got to say the thing? It's a fucking...
you can't click it until you say the thing.
The... Stoop to store, legacy to legal.
There you go.
you just turned into Joe Biden for a minute, bro.
That part. Yeah. Stage one podcast.
Yeah.
Stoop to store, legacy to legal. We fucking ow.
Buddha.
Buddha Buddha.
I be on that OG, tell you about the OG, piling up the roaches, got me feeling rosy.